Bare knuckle boxing in Russia is massively popular. It all started with this fight in a basement somewhere in Moscow 5 years ago. The quality of the video is terrible, but it immediately captured the attention of the future promoters of Top Dog. Top Dog's first bare knuckle boxing tournament was organized in a parking lot. That first fight featured semi-professional fighters that would go on to pummel each other in a hay-barreled ring for 3 rounds. The brutal, raw nature of the fighting, the venue, and glossy camera work was a good bet. That first tournament has racked up over 20 million views. 4 years later, Top Dog rents out a stadium to accommodate its ever-increasing fan base. The Russian state has recognized bare knuckle boxing as an official sport, and it's now part of the Russian Boxing Federation. I wanted to know more, so I reached out to the promoters for an interview. This is Andrew, one of the promoters of Top Dog, and this is Chibis, one of the biggest stars of Top Dog. He doesn't speak English, so Andrew translated for him.
It's the opposite. The audience became immediately right from the beginning, because the first video we pushed on YouTube gained 20 million views. So it got hyped, very big hype. And then the dynamics were growing, and then it's growing bit by bit now. They were just inspired by American Bare Knuckle league, which was the first legal bare knuckle competition around the world.
This is happening all over the United States, underground. Every state in the country, they do underground bare knuckle fights. It happens. So why not make it safer for the guys? Why not regulate it? And why not make it something that these guys can actually make something out of their lives and doing something they like to do and get paid for it?
So they thought that in Russia we have lots of boxers who can compete.
На этом турнире, честно говоря, вообще узнал внезапно. Там кореш подсказал. Ну и вот, как записали. Ну так, что монету нужна перед Новым годом поднять.
From the second tournament, Chibis was in. He just thought that he will kill these guys.
На турнир Top Dog давно хотел попасть. Первый раз увидел ролик на Ютубе. Дико загорелся этим. Мне кажется, я смогу проявить себя в этом виде спорта.
So that how becomes Top Dog. As for me, I joined the league from the 6th tournament, and now together we did 41 tournaments. We just created our own industry with lots of competitors now, and they are trying to show that the fighters are just the simple guys like us. So that's interesting to follow them, to understand how they live, what they do.
Трусы Versace. Это счастливые трусы, я в них провел 6 боев с первого турнира. После второго боя я решил, что они счастливые, я не знаю, какой счастливой случайности. Я второй раз на бой одел эти трусы и решил, что они приносят мне удачи, и теперь каждый раз в них выхожу.
Athletes like Chibis are superstars in Russia now. They get stopped in the street for selfies, get press coverage. Chibis has his own podcast, a YouTube channel, there's promotional photo shoots, and slowly, international press coverage has trickled in.
Bare knuckle boxing has exploded in popularity in Russia in the past 2 years. The organisers put that down to pent-up aggression from a struggling economy and COVID-19.
Bare knuckle boxing isn't new. It's a primal form of combat of astonishing violence. Men in particular, the women also, like to pit themselves against others and see who has the most tenacity, endurance, and strength, see who's hardest. It's been around for hundreds of years, but became illegal in the US because of its suspected ties to criminal organizations, and in general, because boxing became less about blood and mayhem and more of a gentleman's sport. But recently, countries like the US, the UK, Germany, and Russia have all backtracked and made this sport legal again. Now we're seeing bare knuckle surge again. But again, it's nothing new. Men from neighboring villages in Russia used to square off and fight to entertain tsars and settle differences. In the UK, where the sport was an institution, athletes graduated to using gloves in the early 19th century. I asked Andrew why he thought it was so popular these days, and he gave what I thought was a very short and very accurate answer.
It was not captured on the camera.
Yeah.
It's kind of instincts, like animal instincts that come in from the man. And so it has some magic in it. You know, you can't describe exactly what do you like in it. Like, in terms of Top Dog, there are, like, of course the main thing is great fights, but between it you have like great, how you show the fight exactly. What we do as a Top Dog, we show the fight, like the aesthetics of the fight, how it captured like the picture, the music, everything gains this kind of atmosphere that you can't like interrupt your eyes from it. We want to show to the people around the world that Top Dog is just the best league around, that the most entertaining, the most beautiful in terms of atmosphere, in terms of fights, because Top Dog has the most brutal fights like worldwide. I'm not counting like the other leagues like King of the Streets without rules, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like pure bare knuckle fights, like a sport, because in Russia we became sport officially. Of course we want to be worldwide recognized, and I think in the future it's just a matter of time when people hear about Top Dog worldwide.